All right, speaking of it, just a few hours, the polls open in Tennessee for that special election Adam was just referring to, where voters will choose between Democrat Aftyn Behn and Republican Van Epps. Both candidates making their last-minute pitches to voters as the left looks to flip the deep red district.
The barrage of negative attacks is a result of the fact that they don't have a plan to address the rising cost of health care. We've said from the beginning this is a campaign about addressing the affordability crisis in the state of Tennessee, and I have not seen any solutions or remedies from their side.
My opponent is as far left as you can get. She has been endorsed by the Democratic Socialists of America. She wants higher and new taxes to fund her socialist ideology. They are not viewpoints that are consistent with Tennessee or with America.
Chairman of the Republican National Committee, Joe Gruters, joins me now. Joe, good morning to you. It's great to see you. Thank you for hopping on with us this morning. You were in Tennessee yesterday campaigning with Van Epps. So give us a sense of where you think this election is headed and if this seat stays in the Republican column.
Listen, I think we're going to win it today, but it's going to require our voters to show up. You know, that at the end of the day, it's about turnout. I think Van Epps has done a great job with his closing message. You know, yesterday we had Speaker Johnson, we had both U.S. senators from Tennessee, a lot of the members of Congress. We had 7 or 8 rallies, and there's a lot of energy and momentum. You know, when I traveled the country, it's tough to get 20 people to show up to an event, and there were hundreds of people at all these stops yesterday. So I think he's well on his way to victory. I say that Tennessee is the Republican wall. I think that the president's policies are playing well. When I was talking to some of the voters yesterday, I think that the fact that everything that the president's pushing in terms of his policies, I think it's having a positive effect. And I think at the end of the day, this is a simple Captain America versus a second-rate villain. You know, you have somebody who hates the district that she represents. She hates Christianity versus a guy who's a combat veteran, a West Point grad, a proven winner in Governor Lee's administration. And I think it's going to be a big day for Republicans today.
You know, there hasn't really been a lot of polling heading into the election today, so it is difficult to get a sense of where this is headed. But to have President Trump, members of Senate and Congress, get involved to the level that they have does indicate that this could be closer than it should be, given the fact that this was a plus 20-point district for President Trump in 2024. Do you agree with that, and why do you think that is?
Well, listen, we're a week after the Thanksgiving break. This is the first time they've ever had a special election during this time period in this part of Tennessee. And it's exactly that. It's just making sure that people know that there's a special election. And that's where we come into play. The Republican National Committee has been taking the lead with the Republican Party of Tennessee. But the campaign's been very organized. And like I said, when we were on the ground yesterday, there's a lot of energy, a lot of excitement. And listen, the people are excited about the president and what the policies he's pushing. They want to make sure that he has a full 4 years. And so they want to make sure that we increase the margins. And it starts today in Tennessee, in this Tennessee 7th District.
Well, you heard Aftyn Behn there. She said yesterday the barrage of negative attacks against her is because they, meaning Republicans, don't have a plan for the rising cost of health care. As chairman of the RNC, what is your response to that?
Well, listen, she probably should be representing the area like New York City or one of these other radical leftist areas, not Nashville, Tennessee. But the president has gone to bat ever since he was elected on affordability. You know, gas prices are at the lowest level they've been in a decade. Egg prices are down 60%. Mortgage rates are down. Biden inflation has basically destroyed the economy, and it takes time for the president and the administration to reverse those effects that we've had as a result of the Biden. But we're doing exactly that. He's making things more affordable. He's going to bat for the average American worker every single day. Wait until this big, beautiful bill takes an effect at the beginning of next year. You know, the no tax on tips, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security. People will feel that in their tax returns when they start filing. And listen, the president's going to bat every single day for the American worker out there. And I think that it's her that's completely out of touch with reality. And like I said, this is a modern day Captain America versus a second-rate villain. I think that Van Epps is a phenomenal candidate, and I think he will go to bat for the president's policies and do everything he can to make sure that we continue to work on policies to make things more affordable.
Well, it all comes down to today. You were on the ground in Tennessee yesterday, and you are going to certainly be watching the election results roll in as they do in real time later this afternoon. Joe Gruters, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me on.
You're very welcome.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.